it's almost finished, this one. I'm gonna start Kali and stuff. And then when we finish, we're gonna click this button. No plugs on this one. Yeah, so we have been doing so this box, I have not put everything in info, I think. No, but I have kind of like did a few steps here. That's good. Because I thought last time that, well, I didn't do this, right? And this is like my details are in these. Oh my. So I decided not to go the manual route here, but to learn pwltools, and that's why we've spent several streams on this box, and we've learned a lot. And pwltools is a very nice library for Python here. And there's also command line utilities. So we can create, this script makes a automatic buffer overflow, you could say, but we run it on, we copy the, we have to need the executable, the Linux Chewed one, and then it generates it for us. It checks through all the steps here. Yeah, right, so I removed the comments I had because we have prints with stuff. So first we're fuzzing it, running executable with increasing size arguments, and I'm just logging into Kali. And when we have done that, we have a size of when it crashes. Then we generate a string of that length that we can send to the program, make it crash with that, see what address it will point to, meaning the EIP address, what it tries to jump to. And this will give us the exact position of the buffer overflow and where to overwrite the EIP later. So then we use the cyclic find function of pwltools to get that. Then we confirm the EIP position. This is like I just added this step because, you know, it's always nice to confirm that it's correct, and it just worked first time. We might change this to use not R2 here, but I guess we need R2. Yeah, we do need this. Generating shellcode for Chewed binary for user ID, and the user ID we entered at the top.
Bravo29 says, hi.
Hi, and I just realized I didn't put this in my ear, so you will have had an echo. Sorry for that. Hi, welcome in. So I'm just reading through the headers of our script that we've made, and Kali started. I'm just gonna log into to the VPN for TroHackMe. There, so we can hop and actually run this. But let's continue the last bit. Then we test for bad characters. So we have generated shellcode. First assembler, and then shellcode for what we want to do. And then when we have what characters of input it cannot handle, we encode it, telling it to avoid these bad characters.
Do I have to know any specific programming language for hacking?
I would suggest that you learn Python, because it's very easy and nice to, if not anything else, make your own tools, and also to be able to read exploits and run them and things like that. But there's also Bash, which is like command line in Linux. But I would suggest Python as learning to program thing. And I'm gonna make a course. We should like maybe we'll make it on stream. Because I need to do that kind of thing more. Make YouTube videos.
I have used Python for my university and algorithms, but I haven't for hacking.
Yeah, then you already know it. And the basics of programming, you know, the loops, the if statements, those kind of things. As long as you understand that, the basics, and maybe object-oriented languages, how they work. If you have those basics, you can just use any language. So as long as you know that, you can just Google, so how do I make an if in this language? You know? And you can also read another language's code and you can see, oh, this looks like a loop. It says for there or something, you know? So it's all very logical and easy. Yeah, so then we're looking for an instruction and we generate the full payload. With some checks for different what kind of instruction did we find here? So when this is run, it will generate a string that we should input on the machine. So this is the output of the script, which at the end gives us what to send. Let's see. Generating full payload. Yeah, so this is the actual thing to send. And then when we run this, this is how far we got last stream. We get the Anansi user here. And as the Anansi user, we also did check around a bit. And we tried to run the actually vulnerable executables.
Do you have any roadmap for hacking?
It all depends on where you're at now. So you know a bit of programming, and let's see, what did you say? I'm just scrolling up. You didn't say what you did in university, but you used it there for algorithms. So you have some other knowledge that you can build on too. You probably have some things in other things in computers, you know, and you can build on that. And you can, it all depends where you are, you know. Try HackMe is one way. There's lots of free courses. We were just checking out some other sites that I haven't heard about before. I closed the tab. But try HackMe, this one, it's very good, and they have like over 500 free rooms, like free not courses, but things you can learn from. And you can click their learn here, and then they have this roadmap. If you're just getting started, you can do pre-security, cybersecurity 101, and then you can select stuff. You can also just check out the other learning paths. This is the one that I'm doing now, called Offensive Pen Testing. And you can just go to, I guess, rooms we can click. And then we can sort also by subscription type, free only. And let's say we want walkthrough rooms because we're just new, we want to learn things. And we can do easy here. So easy rooms that teach us about stuff that are free. All this information is free. And there's 15 pages of 12 rooms on this level only. So there's so many things that you can learn for free from this site. I think it's great, actually. So try hackme.com is this site.
John Rosemary says, "Good morning of hacking."
Good morning of hacking. So yeah. So if you go all on the easy level, we will have more pages. So let's hop back to Brainpan here, because we're gonna check this check mark here in a little bit, because all the work is really done. So my phone is just not awake yet. Oh, good morning.
Fixerbot says.
New follower Rodfo29. Less than 3.
Thank you for the follow, and good luck with your cybersecurity studies. Hacky. Let's see if I can switch tabs. Windows now. It did. I could. So we want this. We want to go to the BAF directory, and here we have some stuff. And the script that actually generates this exploit is the BAF one. Then we do /BAF Linux suite exploit generator. And when we run this, it goes through and does all the things that I just talked about. And now it's running MSF Venom. It takes a few seconds because it couldn't generate a tiny enough payload here. It's too big. This won't fit. It's 116 characters we can have as a max. So that's why it's doing MSF Venom, and now we have 70 characters instead, or bytes. So we can just copy the string here, and then we're gonna connect to the box. To do this, we will run another another thing. So we need actually to update the script. So if we go back here, we have a Brainpan exploit Linux, and this is a previous buffer overflow that we did on a Windows binary, and realized it was running on Wine on Linux. So then we did a Linux one instead. Yeah, it was brainpan.exe. So we need to edit it. So we can do just, yeah, we can just mousepad Brainpan exploit Linux Pi, and we're just gonna update this with the IP that we have now. Copying it from TryHackMe. Let's paste the new one. So then let's just run it. Brainpan exploit Linux. Sending payload done. Oh, I didn't listen. So we also need to listen with netcat on 444, because we use 443 for the Windows one, and that's why I did 444 for that one. So it's not up yet. That's why, or it's not. We're crashing the program. It needs to restart. There's a bash script that starts it again. There. So now we should be connected to the machine, and we have a very, very simple thing here. You see. So oh my god. So I'm pwned by pwn. I mistyped that because I've been saying that so much, right? Oh. The library we're using, and that we have been playing with. Let's open code. It's called pwltools. So we import from pwltools import star. That's what we do. So why settings? Interesting. So here we have the script. So from pwn import star. This is what we do in the script, and it's not really finished yet though. We could add this too. Right. So it won't work until we should add this. So what I copied was not from the command line, right? It was from our previous run. So it is fine because let's scroll up in this. I should split this into several files. Yeah, this hard drive makes me worried. It just does it sometimes. Ticky 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 ticky. Sounds like in the olden days you were starting your computer. It's on the floor still. I'm gonna fix the... I thought I would have time for this during the weekend, but I guess I will have to do it like today. We'll see. Maybe I'll stream cleaning the room later. Cleaning... It's actually the wardrobe, which is a tool room. And currently I have stuff here that's supposed to be in there. So I also have a few computers, so maybe it'll be a like cleaning, rebuilding computers thingy. Oh my god, my nose itches so much. Oh my. So this is where we just changed the IP to. So I could have opened that. So as we're connected, if we stabilize this shell now, it won't help really, because when we do the buffer overflow, it becomes another user, and it kind of drops that better shell there. So this is our current problem, that the Python stabilization didn't work, so we can't run the binary we have sudo to. We could replace it though, but I'm kind of thinking we should be able to run it too. We should be able to fix the shell. We're a user, and it's in the file is in our directory though. So we can just like let's replace it. So let's make this prettier. I'm assuming I copied my fixing of the shell here, so we can like borrow it. Or did I put it actually at the bottom? Yeah, I did. So here we have all the steps. So I should type this, shouldn't I? Yeah, let's type it, even if it's slower, you know. It's always nice to I should always type it. Python 3C, because then I could... First of all, do we have arrows? No, because we have not done it yet. So this is why it's easier also to just pty.spawn. To copy it. So my brain always do the start and the end characters at the same time. Since I was little, that's what I was taught to do. So I had programming in school from 7th grade, I think. And it's still stuck in my brain. But it's a good habit, so it's not like I'm working against it, but it's a problem with this. When you can't back arrow. So now we still don't have the arrows we need to fix. That's in my history. I can cheat, right? And let's also do export fingers doing stuff. I did awesome too. Exterm. I'm like, where was I? And now we should have this. We should have arrows. So, let's go back up and actually do copy stuff. What's the path to the validate executable? Maybe I saved it. Yeah, I did save it. So here is how we get this. So copy. And we're currently the user puck. If we do sudo, I'm like, where are my keys? Sudi. We do sudo l, and then we get information about our permissions here. So we have user puck may run the following commands on this host: root, no password, home, anansi, bin, anansi util. So I wanted to become anansi because you can also run this actually, but if we sudo and then we can run it. But we want to do. I was thinking buffer overflow, right? Because this is a buffer overflow box. So we've done the buffer overflow, and oh yeah, I should have had RL wrap too. So you can't see, but I pasted this. This is a buffer overflow that my script generated, and not only pwltools because it became too long. We had to use MSF Venom because it didn't fit. And there was no jump ESP instruction. There was only jump. My God, this is new. This one is new for me. Wrong script. EAX, of course. So it's E and AX. I could have thought of that because I was on A already. And it's E because it's 32-bit, and it's X because it's the full learn register. So very simple. Yeah. So here is when I'm checking for the size. And we realize that the size, it won't fit, right? Then we run generate shellcode with MSF Venom. So if I double click this, we will see where it's run easily. So if the length of this was not good enough, but we have an instruction to jump to EAX in some way, which is where our input is, then we could do this. Yeah. So let's hop back. So if we do ID now, we're going to be NNC. But as you can see, our prompt is not the same one we had. And if we were to run the Python thing here, it wouldn't work because I tried without doing it first. 2. So we're gonna have to do something else here. Oh, the backspaces don't work either. So I don't know why we dropped this shell from this. So I'm a bit curious actually what happened. Maybe it's a bad exploit. So I'm actually gonna exit. And I'm gonna see. We had another one that I was gonna check out when I was done. So let's click this one. So let's hop to the very end. Not the very end. Kinda late. Where are we? So this is... I just want to compare their exploit with mine. So what if we run theirs? So the payload becomes like this. Getting sued. So this is what they run. Let's copy this and see if they get the same one that we do. And we don't want a dot because we're in the directory. So I totally did shift control again there. So we're gonna have to oh, that doesn't work. USR bin local, and then we paste and we run, and this is not correct. I don't know what I'm in. Let's just abort it. Okay. So let's actually copy this one into my notes so that we can compare. So this is too long, this thingy. So we're going to use this one to check out. So this is how I started it, which worked. And at the very end, instead, we need the parenthesis. Python C. What? The print. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. They're not using Python. Oh gosh. Validate. Python 3. What? What? This is confusing. Did I just like abort the wrong place? So I'm gonna redo this whole thing. Let's sh it so we get some help. So this first line is the same, right? Except for the Python and Python 3. And let's fix these because I prefer having it this way. And then we go into here. And the last bit, which is the same, meaning they did the same thing there. And now we can do this. And that was the same, really, right? You just need another parenthesis to actually get out of there. So let's copy that and let's run it. I don't know if it's exactly the same. It might be. No, it's not. So let's run their version instead. So their thing didn't work, but I think it did. what did I do? Use our local bin validate. So they even have math in here. So we have obviously the same address, which is like the key. They're about the same length. But they're not the same. But why mine works and this does not? Let's just not debug their solution and just run ours instead, right? I'm kind of sure I test run that one before, but it's not worth it. So we're a Nancy. And we're in a directory we don't have permissions to. So we're gonna go back and then we go into an NC, and here we have the bin directory, and obviously we have permissions in our own thing. Here is the program, so we can just replace this with our own thing. And we have permissions to run this with sudo, meaning, and we cannot sudo L here, can we? Yeah, we can. So we have a good enough shell for that. Maybe it's just the width and height that's not good enough. So it's time to add that to my notes. I'm sure I have it somewhere, but I don't have it in my Linux notes. And it's not in my default place for... Yeah, that's kind of it. It's not my default place here in my start here. On stabilize the shell here, I don't have that. But I'm sure I have it in my like specific note for that. So where is it? Python. It must have been long since I did this, right? Oh. So it might be called like stabilize shell or something. Let's just Google. We don't need to do this. So it's such a very basic thing. I just don't have it in my head. Python stabilize shell. This is something I've already clicked. So we need probably the setting the width and height, and I don't remember it. Can't it just show that to me first? What? Python pty. It doesn't do it. Okay, next. I recognize this page. I like the view, how it looks. I like how it looks. External C, yeah, we've already done that. So let's add like height and width. So this is the page I already looked at. So let's do one we haven't looked at. As it is starting man, it requires stuff, but I don't think that's a problem when I think about it. I don't think it, but it's time to, because I want to test it. Here, something. Yeah, this is what I wanted. So this is the information I wanted. So we're gonna add this stuff. I'm moving that to the other screen, but I couldn't see it. So where did it go? It's always interesting when stuff disappears there. So it ends up underneath the VM. Though it's dragged it to that screen, it should always end up on top, right? That's what I think. So let's add here. Before we do this, we're gonna do stty a, and then we get the information board. Let's do this in our machine just to see, right? Back to Kelly, and let's hop back here, and let's do stty So here we see the rows and columns. And I'm actually going to copy this to my notes because I always use this full screen, this font size, everything. So we don't really have to do this every time. So there we have the answer for my default. My Kelly. Let's do on too, because these are notes that are public, so other people can access them. So I don't want anyone to think this is always the case. It's on my Kelly. So let's actually hop back here and hop back to this one. We can see it's done here. Next, in your reverse bind shell, type stty rows and stty calls, or stty rows calls. So this line will be in our netcat session, meaning we can't like history it, right? And we need it here at the end when we're back here. Stty rows calls. So I'm assuming this is a typo too. So to make it easier for myself next time, I'm gonna copy this on my Kelly column, and we're gonna paste this with the numbers from up there. Rows are 33 and calls are, oh, I see I have double of the nuts. I keep saying Swedish words in my English here. 6. So we just want one of these. There. And we're gonna copy this because we're gonna use it now. So let's close this down. We have updated notes. So dot slash Anansi util. What do you think? And the problem is not, oh, we don't even have the arrows. They're gone. But I don't have backspace either. It's really broken. Very broken. I don't know why it breaks when I run that. It was MSF Venom who generated this one, so it's not pwltools' fault. So why did it break? So what if we go C? We can't control C either. It's just totally out there. But we can still run an NC. Oh my god. Dot slash Anansi util. No backspace or anything here. Space. And as we see here, we can do manual command. So we're going to do manual to start with. And then no manual entry for manual. So we've already done this, but Anansi util manual cat. Manual for cat command, I'm hoping here. Terminal is not found or functional. I know. And if we still do it here, which we can just do exclamation mark bin bash. We're not getting the permissions. We're back here. Yeah, so we have to go out of that, and we can't do that. What we can do is lsla, see what files we have, and we can replace this executable with something else, because we're an ANSI. We're still an ANSI here. We just have an extremely horrible prompt, and I don't know how to fix this one. Because we had a fixed one, you know, when we're puck here, we have all the functionality. It's when we're switching to Nancy, we don't. And I haven't seen this before, and I'm a bit confuzzled, really. If anyone has any tips on what could have happened. No, I have to test. So I'm going to run it again. Dot slash Anansi util manual, no typos here, manual cat. And if we do exclamation bin bash here, can we backspace now? Yeah, so it's all working. It's Anansi that has this bad thing. So we're still going through that now, back to puck, and puck is the right thing. What if we exit this queue and we do the export term equals xterm lsla. Yeah, so no stuff yet. So what if we had, when we were using RL wrap, I think that would have fixed those things, right? We can quickly get back here again. Yeah, let's do that. Let's exit. Let's exit. And let's exit again, because we're actually... Yeah, I think we kind of broke this one, right? So we're gonna open a new tab, and we're gonna NC NLP 444. This one we're gonna do RL wrap on. So now we're gonna just send our little exploit again, little buffer overflow, and yeah, let's not type pwn again. So we're in here. Let's run the exploit this time without. So just running this at once before we get into there, so puck is not fixed. Because what it says when I try to run this. Let's actually read the error message this time, right? So now we're at Nancy. We still have the basic prompt here. We haven't upgraded anything. So let's now do the full thing. I don't think it will work from previous experience. And I'm gonna copy now. So I do have an old one in my notes. On old Python. Is it another can't find Python? I'm gonna read the error message, okay? So hopefully it works. No, that's the wrong thing. So I better. We at least have backspace now, so it's actually better than it was. Our Anansi now is capable of backspacing because we have RL wrap, right? It might have been anyway, because we haven't run Python yet. It's my copy problem. Sometimes it won't copy stuff. And I'm copy now. And paste. And we get the trace back, most recent called string. pty. Out of devices. Let's send this to ChatGPT. This is a ChatGPT thing. Errors are best decoded by a computer. So no available pseudo-terminal pty devices on the system. Limit reached. But we can do this as another user, so you may be in a restricted shell container without PTI. Check the ls. I can I get this shell by doing a buffer overflow. The user before the buffer overflow can run this. But your shell after exploitation does not. It's likely due to lack of proper PTY. Exploit may have spawned a raw dumb shell without proper terminal. File descriptor issues. The exploit might not have inherited a fully functional terminal session. Security restriction. Target domain may limit PTY for non-interactive users. It is a normal user. Use an alternative PTY upgrade. So instead of bash, using sh. Sure, we can try that. Let's copy that. So if we find a solution to this, it's good for the future, you know. So So we got the same error for SH. Manually allocate a TTY. This is cool. What do you think? Is it possible? No. SH failed the same way. So the script command kill the whole NC session. I have already tried stty dot try different shells. Yeah, we can, from within here we can just switch shells. Let's do that. So we're gonna listen again. Do we want RL wrap or not? That's the question, because it could mess stuff up. So it's mostly laziness feature, right? So there. Just checking we're here. We are. Let's run our thingy menu again. I'm just gonna copy. So we've already been root on it. We just want to do it this way, okay? So we care about the details. We want to know the best way to fix this. So now our ID should not be Puck anymore. We're Nancy, or we're both, I guess. So let's just Control C here, suspended, and let's just copy. Oh, that's stupid. I have to do it again. I was going to GPT. The whole NC session. There. So I'm curious what it says about that error though. If it fails the same way and script gives, indicates that the shell is severely restricted. Missing PTY access or permission. Here's an alternative approach. LSL. So we're gonna have to do the exploity thingy again, but it's quick. We just up arrow, enter, paste, enter, ID. So there. So we're gonna test just starting another shell here, right? So we can do bin bash and bin, or we could have just done bash there, bin sh lsla. Yeah, we don't have any arrows. Let's try the background thing that I was gonna do. Right, yeah. Maybe I didn't actually hop out of it because I was Control-Cing when I was on my machine. but it did connect, so I think I killed it. What was I going to do? I was gonna double check that this didn't work right. The normal STY, and I can just type ST for this. ST. I was just double checking that it's actually the same as the normal one. And it is dead. We can't type anything. So the whole shell died. I want this done good. If we oral wrapped it and then did that, maybe it would work. Whatever. So I can't paste before I copy, so I'm gonna copy several times because it's kind of breaking otherwise. ID, we're back. Let's see, what else did ChatGPT suggest us to do? Check the PTS. There was something about that before too, right? LSL, the PTS. So ls l dev PTS. So nothing. No arrows, just checking. Using socket instead. Yeah, we don't want to do that. So we already can solve this problem. Maybe I should though. Yeah, I was thinking about checking for SSH in here. LSLA. It can't do that. CD dot LSLA. Oh, we're getting anything back now. No. Exit. ls. Exit. ls. It's totally broken. So so what broke it was the LSL, the PTS. Yeah, so this is correct. We don't have any permissions, but we didn't get any feedback before. So CD and NC. Let's just do this now because I know what I need to do, kinda. I need to replace the file. I just was seeing if there's a way, except using socket, which is like messy, and there's no SSH directory, so dev console or dev tty. We could try making a just reverse shell from here, running another shell to our machine. This gave me that thought. I like it just a normal bash one. Let's try that before we give up, okay? So I'm gonna tap here. We can check for shells. Where's my shells? There you go. Then we have bash reverse shell, and we can just do this And of course, we need to listen and we need to fix the IP. So my IP now is 10.21. This is my old one. One. So we're gonna make it prettier. So I just thought of a nice solution. But this is not necessary. But nah. Let's just do it. Let's just do it the way I thought. So as we're suiting this, you know, we could have something else. Just making sure we're still getting response from there. Let's open a new tab. Let's netcat button 3. We're listening on port 443 on our machine. I'm sorry if I'm not saying enough. You just tell me if I'm supposed to explain more, right? I do that. And this is a bad FD number. Syntax error. So still alive, yeah. So we were thrown out of Anansi. Interesting. Let's send this to ChatGPT. I'm kind of thinking I need to add one more line here to this output. Instead of what we had there, I'm gonna copy the ID here. So we have ID before we run bash and we have ID after. Yeah, I'm reverted to Puck. Privilege dropping. Oh my god, I knew that. I was explaining to you. I shouldn't have been more clear, I guess. Your shell lacks full TDY, preventing PTY. Shell restriction. Shell might be restricted. RBash, seccomp, app armor, policies. I think this is a very basic box from 2013 though. Check effective user again. If you're back to Puck. Yeah, of course. So let's show it what exploited is, right? So let's send it MSF Venom command, as I happen to have it here in my code. So let's paste this, but let's do the things. Instead of bash I, try. Yeah, well, if this works. I'm like, do we believe in this? Or is it just ChatGPT being like hallucinating a bit? Come on, I want to tab in my Linux machine. There. It couldn't tab. So we're gonna run this again. I'm just gonna copy it from the other screen. ID. So we were not thrown out completely this time, at least. Hopping back to testing this very thing. Bad FD number. Let's ID again. Yeah, it happened again. So that's at least indicating it's probably okay, right? I mean, a functioning command. Not that it's... I didn't even read it. It's too messy. Make FIFO cat. So bad shells usually don't do these things, not even SH. Did we run SH? Probably. So this worked. But we have the same shell. The exploit used was worked, but we have the same bad shell. So let's try, and before we dismiss this one, now we have a clear new one, at least as this user, right? So let's try and see if we can just do a normal Python one here. I'm assuming we can't, but let's try it. So I'm just gonna paste. Oh, it failed copy. Copy. ID. Yeah, it broke, so we need to restart it, which is annoying. Let's actually RL wrap it this time. So means I have to do this again. Oh. We're gonna call it G this time. I'm not gonna mess about with it otherwise. So there. can't access TTY, job control turned off. Yeah, sudo L. We know we had sudo L working, so which is kind of odd, right? That it works with a bad shell. I don't know, but it works. So I'm not gonna give it that information because it will only focus on, oh, you can get root this easy, right? And I know. You're in a raw shell without job control, which is why PTY related commands fail. You need to upgrade it. Manually attach a TTY. Yes, thank you. Because the whole reason we started this chat was because this didn't work, right? And we have Python 3. We tried the other one though anyway, I think. So I have tried this. Let's do it again. So export term equals x term. No spelling errors because then it's goodbye bye here. STTY rows 40. Well, it's not 40. Let's actually check. Rows, doing the same I did before, 33. It calls 126. Now I have the correct information there. STTY, standard input inappropriate. So I just checked my numbers here. Script, we couldn't start script. It's already said that. Yeah, I want to avoid SOCAT and we don't have SSH. So this was new information though. You're seeing appropriate EOCTL for device because your shell isn't attached to a proper TTY. Oh gosh! Yeah, so I'm giving up on it. It couldn't do it. Meaning we're actually, and this one didn't work. We just tried it to test it. So I'm thinking we're done. We're done. We're just gonna. I'll be this tired all day, will I? We're just gonna go get it because we know what we need to do. We have sudo permissions, no password. Yeah. So this is at least tiny bit. No, it's not easier. It's as much copying anyway. So we can't access that directory because we're in another user's directory. So we're going to cd and nc, and then we're gonna cd bin because I've been in here for several times already, right? Cd and then cutil, and then we're just gonna make a new one. So so let's rm and nc util because this is a sudo permission, so we can just remove this. And let's so can we just like echo? Right, so let's see, can we run nano here? We can run nano, which is kind of cool, right? We couldn't do that stuff. We can run nano. For me, this is more advanced stuff, right? We're gonna do like we're just gonna run bash. How do we do that the easiest? Like just grab bash. I'm like, I don't have to switch screens with that. Where were I? So we can probably the easiest just copy bin bash. I should have done that instead. So if we Control X from this, so I can't control stuff. Yeah, this wouldn't have worked. I have to like, yeah, control buy it. buy it. Then we have to do this again. I'm just gonna add a new letter to my little GH. We're currently on H. And copy, paste. And I am listening before I do this. Yeah. There. So let's just CD there again. CD dot oh. I could backspace. Yay, I can backspace. Yeah, and we removed the file, right? It's anansi_util. So we just copy bin bash to anansi util. And I hope I spelled it right. And then we sudo as I don't remember the path, I'm sheet sudo home anansi bin and we have backspace anansi util. We're root. So there's no flags on this one. It's just, did you get there? So we're just gonna click a button saying that we got it again. Well, we didn't click it before because we were not finished with the box, and now I feel finished. So we're gonna click the button and we're gonna add this to the notes, of course, too, right? Notes. Let's put it in the notes. So we do have another step in here, right? And I'm not gonna... Both of these two are like not good. I don't remember. Was I starting to type here? This is like not what we did. And also this. I'm going pwltools on this one instead. Great. Opportunity to learn. And then this is what that is. Kind of long script. And then this will be running the script. And no, we don't need this because we're gonna copy. This is too long, you know. Building a pwltools auto generate exploit script. No. And then when we actually run it, because it's very annoying to have to look at this, right? Cut. We put it here. And then I'm gonna go back again, actually. There. Then we're gonna add it 12. Running the exploit. So here we're on the box. And that this is used just to see if this works on my machine. Meaning we cannot test on my machine. So how to do it on the box, and so we did that. And it works. Running on the box. We have one thing to add to the script before we're done, and then we're gonna update it. So ID. This is not a good output. Well, we got to start here. Here's where we have it. So this is really running the exploit. Then we have like a Nancy to root, which this is not, because we're failing. Yeah. This is all old. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking we should remove this too, because it's just confusing by now. It is debugging before we finish the script. So this is a part of the script exploration, or building the script. A new note, 13. Anansi to root, which was the most complex part. No, it wasn't at all. It wasn't at all as we had the binary. It was just me messing about, right? So on the when after exploit is run, we have a very limited shell. No backspace. No ctrl plus dot. We tried a lot of stuff to fix this and failed. For learning. Then we just deleted Anansi util the pseudo binary Anansi util and copied bin bash to that name. Not pretty. So let's just show exactly how we did it, which means we have two tabs we wanna bring over. So I'm kind of thinking this might be useful to have still, but we killed several shells, so this is the only one we have. But we can see that we're connecting several times here when this works. We use the mkfifo only to get backspace. Still no ctrl plus dot. So we could open no, but then no more. Then not even exit. Yeah, so maybe we should have used then something that we could just input file stuff to a file. It was just a test, you know. So here we have our it is like totally, look, I have my, oh gosh, let's just copy this. I killed even more of it by just scrolling. CD has been CP. Yeah, so I guess that we do like exit here and we do LSLA, and we do RM, because I want this in there, and then cutil. And I kinda hopped that away. cd dot and nancy bin lsla. Here's where we paste, where we remove it. So we remove it, we list it empty, we copy bin bash in there, and we double check the path. I just did sudo to be able to see the path there. And if Anansi didn't have the sudo permissions, we would have just hopped back and run it as. Let's actually do that too. So the other user also had this permission. So let's paste this LSLA, and now we can hop back here and ID. Oh right, because it's here. So let's just bye that, and we got a reply, and we're gonna exit, and let's sudo I, and here we can also upgrade our shell. Yeah. So I'm sorry for doing stuff in a box that's already finished, but it is all for learning, right? So now we have this here. Let's see if we can do sudo l. Oopsie. I think it helps to spell it right. And then we just sudo the darn things, which I'm gonna copy. So since we're almost done, I don't do the stty bit. So now we have a prettier root prompt too. ID. So want a bit more there. And we're gonna add this here. We can also now run this in our upgraded in an upgraded shell for puck, as both users have the sudo permission, which is just crazy if it was real, but why not, right? So now you can see we have we're root here in a pretty shell. Then there's the alt way to root. We can just have done this. But as this is a you know, I think this is not intended. I think this is a bypass of the box, how it's really meant to be. So that's why we didn't do that, because this is a buffer overflow box. It's a buffer overflow. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking this. We're gonna finish a script, And there's only one part left. Confirm that when we actually run the script, we need to turn off ASLR here at the very start. Wrong script, is it? No, it's just not at the end here. So I might do this later too. But later doesn't exist, does it? I mean, will we? When we have a working script, will we ever update it? Important, for this to work, you need to turn off ASLR. So we're gonna run this. Oh, I'm getting machine expiring soon. So it is currently the 3rd. So important, for this to work, you need to turn off ASLR on the machine where it's run. Yeah, so to do, add a check for above. Let's make this a bit like compact there. And this is the command we need to run. And well, all the process we have started, I'm just thinking which is the easiest way to do this. And it's 11, so my track me popped up saying, hello there, don't forget to study. I was also thinking about making this into functions, but I think this is more readable for people that are not used to programming. And that is good. So I think we're not gonna run R2, of course. We're gonna run a mega simple line here. But this might be an easy way to do this, and I'm in the wrong place, am I? No. I'm in the right place. I'm just gonna have to move it later. So we don't need to quit anything. It will not be running anymore. Send line DC. That's annoying. Oh gosh, what did I do? Oh yeah. I thought I messed it up by pressing Shift F2 instead of Shift 2, but it didn't have nothing happened. So we're gonna cat with that as the thing. We're just gonna receive one line, so we don't need a while true really. We're gonna receive one line, and if it is 0, if not, 0 in received line, print. And we're gonna put like a long description here. and this is no loop. Checking if SLR is turned off. So if not 0, for this to work, yeah, we can keep that one on top there. I'm split. We might have a continue anyway here, because someone might just want to run the script. And see if it, like the other steps. So we might put this at the very end instead and not exit. Have it as like an information and hope that people read stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna print and we're gonna instructions for turning SLR off. Don't forget to turn it back on or reboot. So sudo su. We don't need to say exit, it's like obvious, right? Very simple. But if it's not done, it's not done. So we don't need that bit. And we're gonna put this at the end. The to-do is done. Important. For this to work, you need to turn off SLR on the machine where it's run. Alright, maybe I want the instructions here too. So people can do it before, but if they forgot, oh, this didn't work, right? So why did I keep it there? And we need another one of the little pretty green lines here. And there. So the when you run the script and it scrolls quickly, you know. You don't want this as a top, because then you'd miss it. But if it's at the bottom, just next to the actual stuff, right, then we see it. So we're gonna run this. We're gonna close these down, and I guess we clear. And do I have some dirt on my screen? Or is there actually a character here? Oh, it disappeared. So we're running it again. It's going through all the steps. And it's generating the MSF venom, because this binary doesn't do it good. And it didn't do this, so I didn't save. That happened before. To use the obsidian autosaving. There. Instructions. Checking if ASL. I can't spell at all. Checking with ASLR. My god, they're close though, hour and a half. Checking with ASLR is turned off. And then I'm thinking we do end equals nothing. And at the end of this, or in this case, we're gonna put an else here too. Else colon and print ASLR is on \n. For this to work, you need for this for this script to find the right address, you need to turn off ASR. Do this. Sudo su. Yeah, so we're gonna put another \n here instead, because I don't think when I have it up there, you know, it looked more pretty that way, but don't forget to turn ASL turn it. Let's do ASLR. ASLR back on or boot when you're done. So else ASLR is off, and this one is really for both cases, right? So if it's off or if it's on, we just want to remind people that they have it off. And we're gonna run it again. And I do feel like fixing the character finding too, because I could make prettier code, but maybe not. Maybe it's not like worth it. Generating payload, running as venom data. So after the 70, I don't want a new line there too. So the length. Generating the full payload. Maybe we should use colors. I always feel like, why do they use colors? It's like waste of space in the script, right? But now I kind of felt the colors. Or at least bold. Colors are pretty. They're just like not worth it in the logic. So now the box closed down. Shall code need to start at the end of the string, so I'm just gonna search for len, and I didn't want it to hop really. I just wanted to select them all so I can see. Where is it printed? A length. Where does it print length? Print MSFNM here. So here is the print data plus str length plus book/n there. So we get a little nice break before the actual payload. This is the most important thing, but this is also important because checking if ASLR is turned off. We need a dash there too. So part of me is regretting the decision. Yeah, I know what to do. So in this case, that is good. But in this case, we want to break, right? Because we want to make people aware. So if it is off, we just say ALSR is off after this line, and it's not very visible.
Says, hi, fix it.
Hi, welcome in, welcome back. So, we doing the finishing touches on my automatic exploit generator for Linux binaries. And we just want to make sure that people don't forget to turn off ASLR here. So if we run this again, come on, there, I'm just slow. So payload, checking if ASLR turned off, ASLR is on. So now we're gonna do this, and we're gonna see that we're not getting a big chunk of text here. I don't know if this is too many lines. I'm splitting the lines up to make it obvious that this is not the end, right? So we're gonna sudo, and we need this. We can't sudo echo. It doesn't work, you know. And then we're gonna copy this line. We're gonna run it. And then instead of as normal checking it, we're gonna run the script again, and it will check it for us. So, testing both cases. ASLR is off. We need a space there before the dash. That's the only thing I see. Don't forget to turn ASLR back on or remote when you're done. So in a space here, and I think we done with this bit, though I do have another to do comment, and it is the, so it also says here, so if you read it, you add your variables, then you're still gonna do that. It's starting to become long, right? So where's the characters? Here. Here's the comment. We could replace this bad chart test with one that replaces the first A with one character at a time that we want to test. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like this for now, as it's functioning fully. I don't want to spend, as I don't have that much time today here. It is done. So we're gonna copy the finished script. We're gonna put it in the notes. So we made the script. We used Brainpan to do this. To explore pwltools. So learn pwltools and make a script using it. So delete. Paste. New script with ASLR stuff on everything here. So we're gonna close that and we're gonna mark this one as done. And we're gonna switch focus to AD. So I won't have time for much today. I'm gonna have a check with my kid. If we want some food, because I'm driving into school in an hour and 10 minutes. So I'm gonna have time to do stuff, but not like in a whole new area, another box, whatever, you know. Let's click the next button here.
Viveka says hello.
Hi, welcome in. Good morning. Good day, good night, whatever it is, where you are. So we just finished this box. So we're gonna see, and I know that, yeah, right, I'm kind of thinking that, I don't know if I want to share the box, but the script. Well, that's probably what we'll do the rest of today. Let's make a separate repo for it. And because I've been thinking that scripts like these that are a bit useful, I don't want them hidden in my GitHub repo for my notes. And I do have some others. So I made one long ago that's and my heart always scares me when it does that. Well, where is it? Yeah. So I'm like, I never find where on earth I show all the repos. I know there's like here, right? But shouldn't there be another way to do it? So we have YR weather. We can get weather from YR. We have assistant. We have chrononym. Chrononym is the one I meant, and it's a very basic thing, and it's not. It's like old, you know. So this is just when I started learning cybersecurity. But I might still put it in the same directory. So this is just, Yeah, and it's also using the colors. This is why I'm not using colors, because it takes so much of the script, right? Yeah, yeah. So this was probably my first Python script ever. Let's make a new one. New. What should we call it? Hacking tools. Nothing else comes to me, so hacking tools. I guess so. Tools for hacking in cybersecurity. Oh, whatever, that's good enough. Public. We don't want to add anything because it messes up the first sync. And then we're gonna make it, and it gives us instructions. It's so very nice, isn't it? Let's start a PowerShell. I did click PowerShell. I'm gonna pull it out of the screen, and I don't have to go to my notes even, because even though I've done this so many times, it's kind of nice, right, to have it.
Fixerbot says,
Welcome
New
in,
follower
and
left
thanks
one
for the
doctor.
follow.
Less than 3.
So we're gonna hop to D colon, I guess. Still D colon on this. There's really only my Obsidian repo there that's active. Now let's go to my new hard drive. And let's what is it called? Let's PowerShell it. How do I create a directory in PowerShell? Yeah, I'm gonna learn stuff. I need to update my PowerShell. Make their PowerShell, and not use an alias. New item type directory. This is why we don't use PowerShell. Okay, I'm gonna do it. New item. Oh gosh, I dotted instead of dash. New item. It wasn't even this first suggestion. Oh my god, why do I keep pressing extra characters? Item type. Directory. Path. Oh gosh. I'm curious if I just do new item and the directory name. Let's try that. New item, hacking tools, right? So it's a file called hacking tools. That's kind of what I assumed. So remove item, maybe. Let's try. I know I was there when they like made it. was in their news groups, and they had like Zoom calls. I don't know what they were using though. So if we look now, it's gone. So if we're gonna make a new item, we're gonna say then item type directory. Though I didn't type a lot of that, right? 5 characters ish. And now we generated a directory instead. So then we can cd into hacking tools. And it's of course empty. So we did it. I made a directory with PowerShell. Well, if you don't practice, right? If you just use the aliases from normal shells. So we're gonna get in at this thing. And we're gonna get grid branch, and this is just what's when you created repo on GitHub, you get this instruction popping up like this. Very, very user friendly. And I do have it in my notes, but I don't remember all the commands. Actually, it wants us to make a commit first. So git commit. And then there's just a normal git commit. I know this one. So initial commit is what I usually say, but they say first commit in their instruction. And this will be empty, so there won't be anything with this comment on it. Not even a readme file. Maybe we should make a readme file. Nothing to commit. Yeah, I know. Git branch. This is what I don't remember. Dash uppercase M main. Because we only use these when we remote add origin. And then I'm gonna copy the name that we just made and paste that here. Remote add origin, and this is kind of nice to double check these. Oh gosh, I forgot get. So there. Get push. And this is just the first time we need to do more than get push. Origin main. And main here is this thing. And origin is that thing. And I spelled push wrong. How could I do that? But I did it. It's done. Get push. Failed to push some refs too. There's nothing to push. This is the first time I've done with the totally empty one. I'm just updating the page. It keeps saying the same thing, right? So let's actually add a file there. Let's make a file. So we're gonna put my script here. I guess we notepad. And what did I call it? Let's optically. Let's make sure we have this copied. Buff Linux Suite exploit generator. So is this a bad name? I think so. I think it's a bad name. I don't like it. Also, I kept mixed these. So suid tells it's Linux. But for overflow, people who don't understand what buff is will understand anyway. And it's a generator. So suid buffer overflow generator. We don't need to say exploit. And I keep tabbing when I'm in there. Yeah, it's good enough. I'm just gonna paste it. It's another tab. Save. I just copied from the other machine. So now we're gonna add that. Get status. So yeah, it didn't say anything. Okay. I guess I'm used to more action when I do that. So let's do commit again. Let's call it initial 2. I don't think the other one really worked. So what if we do push now? I don't know if this... Well, let's try. You know, worst case... Yeah, I thought so. Seems to be working fine. There were no files, it couldn't do it. Now it could, because there was a file. We don't even have a readme. So now we can see the script up here. It's a very simple script. Should we add a readme? Scripts and other tools for again. I guess I say my because it's like a and then we're gonna add a tiny description to the first one here then. A script that a crypt even a script that yeah, I'm gonna go check with my kids as it's half now. A script that I guess we just go through the script and write a script that generates a input string to a simple buffer overflow binary. Now I want like cinnamon buns. I'm gonna copy all the bits here, all the comments, and I guess I do this because it is like markup. And this is too much really, but the thing is that someone might find a bit of this useful even if they don't want the whole script. And that is why I'm doing this. So these are the comments. It will say the actual user ID here. So just copying from the code, the output. So very easy readme to make. Or information. I'm just copying these section headers. So let's bring this one too. So there. More to come. So commit, release, create, MD. Yeah. I'm actually changing my mind. I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna make it from my side instead. So let's just make it here. So H and H. It's actually H on H, hacking tools. What? Where's the file? Where's the file? I feel blind. So this is the directory where we have the git file. And obviously it had the file, right? I closed the PowerShell window down. Why can't I get rid of this? Because it was from the other window. So view details. This is extremely odd. Oh, I know why. Because we're not looking at all files. Oopsie. readme.md. And let's actually look at the... That was not that. So now we're gonna see the file there. I thought it would put it at top now. So get add that. Get status. Get commit adding readme.md. Yeah, I'm also typing got instead of get. That's nice, right? Then we status again and we push. Alright. Now we have a nice know that it works as it should and everything. I don't like doing it non-controlled and odd. So readme 2. And we're adding readme initial commit, adding readme md. And we spent 19 minutes on this. So, but this is for adding all the scripts and stuff, right? So I might remove the other repo because it's old. But I don't know if I want to put it in here because it's old. So it might just be in there. So let's continue. Alright, I was gonna send a link into. And now we have the repo to link. So we could do this. Let's do LinkedIn, I guess. So I'm not gonna spam people with all the boxes I do or anything, you know. I don't like that. But we made a script for this one. So this is not a place to do we, me, and chat, but I. I used this box to make a script using a Python script. Using pwltools that generates input for command line executables I don't know. Let's just do suid. For suid. Sends. It generates input 2 for suid executables. We can put a list from the readme here. Generates input for suid executables automatically. So yeah, we can just use this box to build a benefit using pwltools colon, and then we have just the whole darn comment. The script is available at GitHub, because it will mess the link up. It will mess it up. My god. An input string to a simple buffer overflow binary. So, what do you think? So, what happens if you click this? You go to the box? Yeah. I usually don't share them, you know. Now we have to edit this thing because I misspelled it. Or not misspelled it. I didn't read what I wrote. I just did it. So, input string, and that's a too tiny thing to update for, but next time it will have to be misspelled for a bit. So now we're gonna click the next button. And this is what I've been looking forward to. I guess that it will start easy though. Share your achievement. What achievement? Oh, I already finished it. That's annoying. Oh, I haven't done the others at least. Okay, so Active Directory Basics. I already did the room we were gonna do now. I guess we skim it. I guess we skim it. Also, I have 30 minutes max. Let's see. Right. Yes, I'm looking forward to doing AD a lot, and I was thinking yesterday, so I have not done it yet, and then someone said some tool, and I was like, yeah, I use that tool. So we'll see how much I've done of this, really. So I worked with AD as an administrator, and I think this is probably just a how does it work thingy. And users, machines, security groups. Yeah, I don't know. Should we read this? It's quite a lot of text. So I saw this here. Computer accounts of a dollar character on them. Yeah, so I've been doing right. We've been taking over stuff through AD actually. Right. You can obtain a complete default security groups in Microsoft's documentation. This will open up a window where you can see the hierarchy of users. So, managing users. So this is just normal admin work. Though it wasn't yesterday I did it. So maybe it's good to go through this before we start anyway, even though I have done this and worked with this. And the room is finished. So that if we do it, I'm not gonna reset progress or anything. So we can skip the questions. We're just gonna read the text and look at the examples. But I'm kind of thinking, I was thinking of looking for jobs too, you know, that kind of thing. I was making a new CV. So I'm thinking this is for next time, probably, because reading all of this now, getting started, and then like reading only 2 of these, and it's like we'll have to start the box again and everything. It's not like it's a clear learning, nothing, no challenges in it, you know, no hacking. So we have answered one question. But we've been doing the whole script for that time, you know. Let's look at the path too. So we have. I'm sorry for being tired. Can't do much about it now. I should have yesterday. Lots of stuff to do during the weekend. So we have more fun stuff here too. So we finished the buffer overflow, advanced exploitation, and getting started. And now it's 80. And we have breaching Active Directory, enumerating, lateral movement and pivoting, exploiting Active Directory, persisting Active Directory, and credentials harvesting.